As always, a special thanks for tuning in and spending a little time with us. It's Wednesday and the 14th day of the month, and another day back into the 80s we go, and another day where we're missing out, not completely, but we're missing out on a lot of the action. That's all set to change as low pressure is moving north, and it's going to set up a scenario of showers and thunderstorms, some possibly on the severe side later on tonight. Behind that, cool air that's going to stick around. Now, the big change in the forecast, if you will, if you want to call it a big change, is that we're going to get back into the 70s a little bit earlier than what we thought, perhaps as early as Monday, but we're still in for a cool end to your work week and weekend. I'll pinpoint that for you in more detail, including the tornado watch that expires at 8 o'clock and the potential for flooding, lightning, and some strong winds this evening. A lot to talk about weather-wise, as is usually the case here in Kentucky. A couple of stories before we get to our headlines, those being U.S. Senator candidate and current Kentucky Secretary of State Allison Lundigan Grimes, who made a stop in Sayersville last evening. We'll talk with her about a couple of key topics that she discussed during her presentation to those in attendance, as well as a special presentation last night on behalf of the Sayersville Kiwanis Club and some other news and announcements to follow. You know, just earlier this week, at the beginning of the week, I had to tell you about not one but two drownings that took place in Kentucky over the course of the weekend, both relatively young Kentucky men, one a teenager, one a 26-year-old father of two, both in separate Kentucky lakes and bodies of water. Now, Pikeville authorities are looking into the death of a 7-year-old that drowned last night. Police in Pikeville say it happened at a pool in the Cedar Hills Drive area shortly before 8 o'clock. A few details are known, but the little boy was pronounced dead at the hospital. His name was not released as of airtime, but they're still trying to figure out just exactly what happened. A lot of stories coming up later on in the week, and that's nothing new around here. The South McGoffin Volunteer Fire Department, as well as the South McGoffin Community Activists, which a lot of times go hand in hand, have a big fundraiser set for this weekend. The Dixie Bridge Band is going to be there, and you can get in for just a few bucks, and to make it easier for everybody, it's going to be in downtown Sayersville. They're expecting a big time Saturday, and that's all I'm going to tell you for now. I've already been to South McGoffin. A really neat interview that I'm really looking forward to bringing you tomorrow. But for now, just pencil that in. The Dixie Bridge Band at the Community Center in Sayersville on Saturday evening. It's going to be a big time for all. They hope you'll join them. And also that special art reception is tomorrow evening at the Sayersville Renaissance Center for some Kentucky high school students and their depictions of storm recovery here pertaining to the March 2nd tornado. Just two of the many reports that we'll have before we leave you for the weekend. Right now, I'm going to leave you for just a word or two. Stay tuned. Our top headlines begin after this.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
If you haven't yet, meet Johnny Kelsarnett, Democrat candidate for Montgomery County Clerk. Johnny's been married to his wife, Maxie Brown Arnett, for 26 years, and they have 3 sons, Jonathan and Jessica Arnett, Nathan and April Howard Arnett, and Matthew and Brianna Adams Arnett, and grandkids Braden, Hayden, and John Gabriel. Employed by the Montgomery County Fiscal Court for 24 years, Johnny understands that treating everyone the same, fairly and with respect, is what we deserve from our county clerk, and he and his family are asking for your support to serve you and your family as your next Montgomery County Clerk. Thank you. From time and money-saving services like their overdraft protection, telephone and online banking services, to finding the right home, college, or car loan, to personalized checking and savings accounts designed around your exact needs, Sayersville National Bank is still your best choice and the same locally owned and operated bank that's been looking out for your family's financial health since 1902. Sayersville National, restoring the piggy bank population one savings at a time.
Have you ever noticed how many insurance commercials and advertisements are on television nowadays? You can't watch your favorite program without seeing a little pig or green lizard trying to sell you insurance and get your money for their premiums. But let me ask you this. If you have been in a serious wreck, do you really think that you are in good hands of the insurance companies when you have lost wages, medical bills, and pain and suffering from your head to your toes? The answer is no. If you want to truly be in good hands, give me a call. I'm attorney Donald Wayne McFarland, Let me put my 20 years of experience in working to protect the rights of injured people to work for you. 349-9000.
Vote and support Robert Lee Patrick, Republican candidate for Magafa County Magistrate in District 3. Now self-employed, once a coal miner who lost his job to the economy, he's still a strong supporter of the coal industry and understands more than ever the needs of the families in District 3 and Magafa County. Vote Robert Lee Patrick, Magistrate, District 3. Mark Jenkins wishes to say a sincere thank you for allowing him to serve as your coroner for nearly 8 years, during which he and his office have successfully completed over 400 hours of Department of Criminal Justice training, giving him the knowledge and experience to respectfully and thoroughly work over 380 coroner cases. In conjunction with other agencies, he's also helped secure funding for a much-needed mobile morgue unit arriving in July and establish a child fatality review team. During the most trying times in a family's life, his priorities remain the same: to treat each situation with the utmost compassion, concern, and due diligence. And with your support, he wishes to continue that same service to the families of Magafa County. Thank you. You can be playing, relaxing, and enjoying your brand new lifestyle in just days with one call to Baker's Pool Supply. Over 38 years of professional installation at affordable prices on above ground and in-ground swimming pools. Or if you're ready to open your pool for the season, you need a new liner, a solar cover, some parts, or the bested BioGuard chemicals or salts, Baker's is your full-service answer, serving all of Kentucky and surrounding states with complete satisfaction, and they offer financing. 800-633-7102 or bakerspoolsupply.com.
You'd be hard-pressed to find anyone in the Commonwealth, or the nation for that matter, who isn't at least aware of the U.S. Senator's race that's heating up here in Kentucky. Mitch McConnell and Allison Lundergan Grimes, the expected candidates to win their primaries and then face off in November. They've been going at it now for, well, almost a year now. And the Democratic candidate of that matchup was in Sagersville last evening, where she stopped on her way through Magafa County, part of her 50 counties in 10 days tour.
The GOP needs about half a dozen states to vote Republican to have the majority. Kentucky is one of them. One of the reasons the expected and predicted McConnell-Grimes matchup in November, surpassing the yet-to-even-happen primary election, is already center stage. And with polls, some showing 46 to 45% in favor of McConnell, or some just close to even, it only stands to heat up even more between the two camps. Allison Grimes' 50 Counties in 10 Days tour stopped in Sagersville last night, hosted by local Democrats at the Magafa County Health Department. She spoke about many things: the minimum wage, women's issues, and of course, Kentucky coal.
Magafa County, showing up that I stand here today as your Secretary of State, the only female constitutional officer we have statewide elected, the youngest female Secretary of State in the nation. On election night, I proudly got to proclaim it was Magafa County that we carried with the highest percentage of vote total. It will be Magafa County the reason we go from Secretary of State to United States Senator, getting Kentucky's first female United States Senator. The excitement and energy continues to build. It's an honor to come back to Magafa County, to be here with friends, family, again, as we continue to see the energy and momentum behind this campaign grow. It keeps me going each and every day. We are uniting not just Democrats, but Republicans and independents. They're excited to finally have somebody that will fight for Eastern Kentucky there in Washington, D.C., instead of the 30 years of failed leadership that we've had under Mitch McConnell. They know me. They know that I will work with anyone who puts our best interests at heart, that moves this state forward. But you seek to undermine, especially the thousands of coal jobs that we have in this state, and I will starkly oppose you. I don't care what party or ticket you are part of. These are thousands of jobs that are the fabric of the Commonwealth, and we need someone that's not just a chatterbox, as Mitch McConnell has been, but someone that will actually be a champion, work to protect those jobs and make sure that we diversify our economy so that we have a fighting chance at a bright future, especially in the eastern part of our state.
Coal has made a bit of a rebound lately, but it's in western Kentucky, and the numbers are still declining here in eastern Kentucky, which is not reinforcing at all, and in fact maybe even is insult to injury. What does that really say about what the situation is and how serious it is, that even though the industry itself is going to come back, it may never come back to what it was for Eastern Kentucky?
I think that business, community, even the leaders within the coal industry all acknowledge that there are structural changes going on within our coal industry. We don't have someone in Washington, D.C., though, that's actually been fighting for our coal miners, fighting for the funding to come back so that we can operate our coal-fired plants, fighting to make sure that we have a diversified economy so that we can have a brighter future. That's all at the heart and center of our jobs plan. And it's focused on actually growing the middle class and making sure that we put hardworking Kentuckians back to work, something that Mitch McConnell fails to realize is his job as a United States Senator. Come May 20th and then November, Kentuckians will finally get a fighter, especially one that Eastern Kentucky needs and deserves, someone that has a plan as to how we're going to make sure the future for Eastern Kentucky is bright.
Now, this race is about much more than party control. It is about two very distinct and different visions as to how we move forward or backward in the state. There's a reason we're traveling around in a bus, 10 days, 50 counties. I hope I don't look as beat up as that sign looks, because we are having fun. It is two different visions. I think it's choosing D for Democrat and moving forward and drive, or R for Republican and going backwards, where Mitch McConnell has taken us the past 30 years.
They keep trying to make attempts to tie you to the Obama administration at the other side of the war on coal, but what does that really say about the campaign in and of itself?
I think it shows that Mitch McConnell, after 30 years, has a failed record of nothing to run on. The people here of Kentucky that know me know that I'm an independent thinker that stands on my own 2 feet and, most importantly, speaks for the people of this state. And I will work with anyone that puts the best interest of this state at heart, but will fiercely oppose anyone that seeks to undermine, especially our good Kentucky coal jobs. But I'm the only one in this race that has a plan and vision as to how we're not only going to keep those jobs, but help to make sure that we diversify our economy so that we have a pathway forward. And despite over millions of dollars that Mitch McConnell has spent in very negative, nasty ads, we have just gone on air with our ads. The people of this state are saying they aren't up for sale. This election won't be bought. Now 16 polls deep, we are running even or ahead of the minority leader. And my name may be on the ballot, but it's the people of this state who are the strength behind those numbers.
It has garnered a lot of attention. The nation is watching what Kentucky will do. The nation is watching what Magoffin County will do. And I would love nothing more than not only on May 20th, but come the first Tuesday in November, to stand up there and say it's Magoffin County that brought this home as you did before. This race is about two different visions. One that has no faith or even connection with the middle class of Kentucky. One that knows we have to work hard to make sure we actually give Kentuckians a fighting chance to get into the middle class and to actually grow the middle class of.
Sagersville was the last stop for the day. They headed on to Floyd County, where they were to begin again at bright and early this morning at 7. Another 5 counties ending up somewhere, I believe, around the Harlan County area, if I'm not mistaken, by the time it was all said and done. We're all said and done for it now. With this report, we'll be right back with more of your news today following these words from some of our sponsors. Premier Auto is all about what's here and now. A 2011 Camry, now $13,950. A 2013 Optima, now $19,450. An 011 Kia Soul, just $15,950. And a Dare to Compare 2011 GMC Sierra, $13,950 at Premier Auto in Paintsville. Elect Mike Nichols, Republican candidate for Magoffin County Sheriff. Mike's 10 years of experience in law enforcement, Department of Criminal Justice certification, and 21 years of public service make him the best choice for positive change needed to fight drugs and the crimes they lead to. As your city police officer, he's proven he's ready for the job and prepared to work for a safer Magoffin County for all. Elect Nichols, the proven choice for Magoffin County Sheriff.
Thank you for your support, and may God bless.
Hello, I'm Josie Warman Bailey, Republican candidate for Magoffin County Clerk. I had the pleasure of serving the citizens of Magoffin County for many years as office manager and financial officer in the sheriff's office under 3 separate administrations, and as deputy clerk in the clerk's office. And I would be honored to serve the citizens of Magoffin County again. With an associate's degree in business administration and my 20-plus years of experience, I have the qualifications to run your county clerk's office. So when you go to the polls on May 20th, vote for the candidate with experience, honesty, and integrity. Vote for Josie Wyman Bailey. Thank you.
Frito Rocks is more than just gravel. They've got mulch in red, brown, and black, river rock in 4 different sizes, new rainbow rock for an entirely new landscape feature, metal and double wall plastic pipe, masonry sand, and rock, every size from DGA to 57s to class 2 and 3. And they have delivery and excavation and dozer services. And special hours Monday through Friday, 4:30 till 9 p.m. and Saturdays 9 till 4. For orders, call Frito Rocks on Route 7 at 496-7776.
Remember when they invented the peanut butter cup? Bringing peanut butter and chocolate together. Pure genius. Well, the Sonom Enduro has done the same thing for wireless. Right now at Appalachian Wireless, you'll find the tough, dependable Sonom Enduro. This flip phone is great for the job or weekend warrior, but you can also access the internet and take great pictures with a 2-megapixel camera. Get it now, the best of both worlds, just like the peanut butter cup. Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
Here we go! That's country music's newest sensation, Kelsey Kay. And she's the featured entertainment at this year's Licking Valley RECC annual meeting.
I'm just a blue jean girl.
In addition to lots of great country music, there'll be plenty of food, door prizes, and wholesome family fun.
I'm a country man.
Everybody's welcome at the Licking Valley RECC annual meeting on Friday, May 16th. Registration begins at 5 p.m. at the Licking Valley RECC warehouse in Malone.
With over 16 years of law enforcement experience as your jailer, city police officer, deputy, and sheriff, Randall Bob Jordan has devoted a large part of his career and life to tirelessly serving and protecting the families of Magoffin County. Recognized for over 200 drug arrests in his first year as sheriff, by 2009 he averaged over 500 arrests with more than 1,100 criminal charges. Honored to receive the Governor's Award for DUI arrests for 7 years, and as your 2006 Kentucky Sheriff of the Year, Bob Jordan again pledges the same dedication to all of Magoffin County. To put in long hours and be on call every hour of every day and do whatever it takes to work hard for a safer Magoffin County.
With your support, I will once again be a working sheriff you can depend on. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jeff Lovely. I'm asking for your vote and support to elect me, your Magoffin County attorney. I'm the son of Johnny and Phyllis Lovely, the grandson of Haskell and Francis Sire of Gun Creek, and Warren and Dorothy Lovely of Johnson Fork. I was born and raised in Magoffin County, and now my wife and I are raising our 3 kids here. As your Magoffin County attorney, I will work to make Magoffin County a safer place. Hopefully a place where our kids and grandkids will want to live and raise their family. So remember, when you vote, no more free passes for the thieves and the thugs. 8 years is enough. Elect me, Jeff Lovely, your Magoffin County attorney. It's time for a change.
The Sagersville-Kiwanis selection for their, as they termed it, Co-Citizens of the Year award last night. That report coming up in just a few moments. For now, here's a whole lot of what's happening on tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau-sponsored community calendar. A whole lot happening on the calendar tonight, beginning with the 5th annual Tent Revival ongoing in Water Gap, Kentucky. It started last night. It goes through Saturday night, 7 p.m. nightly. Local pastors and singers, all hosted by the Cow Creek Free Will Baptist Church and the Endicott Free Will Baptist Church. Special invitation from Pastors Nathan Lafferty and Mark Hunt and everyone in both churches. You're all welcome. And once again, it's through Saturday night, 7 p.m. nightly, and then Sunday morning at 11 a.m. It's in Water Gap, and it's hosted once again by the Cow Creek and Endicott Free Will Baptist Churches. This coming Saturday is the 5K run, and it's also a walk. Go at your own pace. It's going to be a blast. A 5K color run in the Sagersville Ramey Park. The kid run starts at 8:30, then the 5K starts at 9, and you can register the morning of and have a wonderful time and help support project graduation in Sagersville, Magoffin County High School. The Sagersville Fire Department's got an old-fashioned cake and pie social and a stump speaking set for this Saturday at 1. It's going to last for a couple of hours. This is a rain or shine event. All candidates, you're invited and encouraged to stop by, purchase your pie or cake, and they'll give you 3 or 4 minutes to address the crowd and talk about your candidacy and plans for office.
The Big Lick Pentecostal Church of God Youth Group has an auction set for this Saturday at 7, and you're invited. And I just now realized I've got the O missing from support our youth at the bottom. You got to call me on this, folks, when I make goofs like that. But nevertheless, it's 7 o'clock at their property on Burning Fork under the picnic shelter. A big auction. They hope you'll join them. And Foothills Carriage Trail Ride is this coming Sunday. They're going to leave South McGoffin Elementary around 10. They'll register around 9. Just $20 per unit. Not 20 ducks, but $20, and that gets you a free T-shirt. Bring your food, bring your family, and a wonderful time to help support the kids throughout our community. The Foothills Cares Trail Ride, this Sunday. Registration starts at 9. And I'll try to get through your announcements, too, if you'll just get them to us. Mail them, phone, fax, email, Facebook them, or drop them off here at the newsroom. And as always, they're free. Faster, friendlier, family-owned Parkway Pharmacy, open 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday in the new McGoffin Medical Plaza under the care of local pharmacist Jesse Rudd. To make Parkway Pharmacy your pharmacy, come by or give us a call at 349-4400. Elect Terry Hensley, Republican candidate for McGoffin County Magistrate in District 1. From his 2 terms as magistrate or this campaign, most of you know where his heart lies. As your magistrate for 9 years, he was faced with some very tough challenges, standing against out-of-state garbage and zoning efforts, helping secure funding for our Veterans Memorial, and starting 911 services and reopening our community center, along with expanding needed infrastructure, extending water lines, maintaining and improving our county and cemetery roads, and voting to add more county roads to the system to get more state money for blacktopping and road improvements. But since then, times have changed, and we need more leadership in District 1 and McGoffin County. Vote for a hardworking, dedicated, and accessible magistrate, always on call to everyone. Vote Terry Hensley, Republican candidate for magistrate, a friend to all. Just as warm and as inviting as the colors of spring are the smiles of those who offer long-term nursing care needs and short-term rehabilitation, all with a standard of excellence and a tradition of caring. At your home away from home, Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center.
Hi, I'm Rodney Minnick, born and raised in McGoffin County. I wish to see my family and theirs one day grow old in a place I so love. But to live here and be safe, we need to put honor, experience, and confidence in the Sheriff's Department. A graduate of the Department of Criminal Justice Academy, I have 7 years of dedicated service to McGoffin and Johnson counties. And with your support, I would like to take that leadership straight to those responsible for selling drugs and stealing from our home. Please vote Rodney Minnick, Republican candidate for Sheriff of McGoffin County. Thank you.
Wheel alignments, oil changes, brakes, suspension work, and tires. Thousands of tires by all the major manufacturers, all in stock and at incomparable prices. All backed with 33 years of service and experience, the area's largest tire selection, and 6 months no interest at Conley's in Paintsville.
Election day is rapidly approaching, and I want to ask the Democrats in District 3 to vote for me, Matthew Chalmer Weimer, for Magistrate, because District 3 deserves a leader on the fiscal court. District 3 deserves the facilities and services others in our county already enjoy, and because the children of McGoffin County deserve the opportunity to prosper right here at home. I want to be your magistrate, not for me, but for you, for our kids, for our community, for our future. A vote for Matthew Chalmer Weimer is a vote you can be proud of. Thank you.
Brand new to the viewing area, but a family-owned power sports business since 1964. M&M Power Sports on New 460 in Staffordsville is loaded with Kawasaki and Polaris ATVs and side-by-sides and savings, rebates, and financing to put you in control of your next adventure with parts, accessories, a full test riding facility on site, and professional service for every make and model at Kentucky's Power Sports Authority. M&M Power Sports on New 460 in Staffordsville. Just in at the seasonal shop in Sagersville, Main Street Collectibles in McGoffin County colors, including cups and jewelry and bows and maroon and white chevron bags that you can have monogrammed, and Bible and journal covers and bags and casserole dish carriers that all can be monogrammed too. They've got flags to proudly display your colors for derby time, and monogrammed beach towels and cute cover-ups for the pool or vacation time. All at Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville, next to the drugstore and the Radio Shack.
we've been covering it. Well, they've been doing it for much longer than I've been here behind this desk, so I think it's safe to say that we have covered it each and every year of my nearly 16 years. The Sagersville Kiwanis Club each and every year recognizes a citizen and or business or organization of the year who they believe has gone above and beyond in helping their community. Well, last night's selection was a Co-Citizen of the Year award that hit close to home for us here at the newsroom. I'd be lying if I didn't say I had a little bit of pride showing last evening as mother and father, mom and dad, Doug and Sue Mortimer, were recognized by their Sagersville Kiwanis Club for their outstanding accomplishments and support of their community in so many efforts.
Bernice Patrick of the Sagersville Kiwanis making the presentation, also mentioning that the Sagersville Kiwanis, as they always do, issue scholarships to graduating seniors. This year, 3 on behalf of the Sagersville Kiwanis Club, who is, as all other clubs, focused on our youth in our community. Last night, he chose to recognize Doug and Sue Mortimer for their support through local organizations, churches, schools, and basically anyone who they saw a chance and opportunity to help.
A big contribution to our community. I didn't realize that these two people had done as much as they have until we got to talking around in the community and talking to other people. But at this time, Doug, would you and Sue Mortimer come forward, please?
Yeah, I feel you have something going on.
Sue has been instrumental in all of our reenactment, you know, providing food and all through the tornado. It surprised me as many people as they've helped throughout this community. And, you know, a lot of us get caught up in other things and don't pay attention to what's going on. But, Doug, we'd like to honor you and Sue as Co-Citizens of the Year. Now, our plaque is delayed because the machine is torn up. But you won't get one. You're going to get one just like this. Honor Doug and Sue Mortimer for the work that they have done in their community. And I'm proud to say that I'm proud of people like you all that have done as much and helped us out as much as you have.
Well, something that I really need to make sure we recognize is the things that are done through Lee's and Dairy Queen. It's not just Doug and Sue. It's Jim, Geneva, Bobby Ray, and Mike Prater. So, you know, it's all of us that, you know, have the same feeling that we need to help out whenever somebody's in need. Doug and I, the things we do on our own, it's the things just sort of like a way to give back. We've been blessed with a lot, and it's just nice to be able to, when you see someone who could have a little help, or if you see an old building that's falling down and it needs to be saved, put yourself in debt and go save it. You know, it's one of those kind of things to try to give back to the community that we're just such a part of.
Well, and that too, then I talked to Billy Don earlier tonight. You know, we worked in Middletown, Ohio back in the 60s. And it was every Sunday night we'd leave. It was just like leaving, going to the jail almost. But he stayed on another 10 years up there after that. And so I guess, you know, we got to feeling how luckily we were to be able to make a living here. We had to find somebody to make a living. Ritter had the same problem. He didn't have any problem going to get a job. I remember he told Angie, she was thought that she may have to get a job in Lexington or something. And he said, well, I hate that because, you know, we won't get to see each other. So he didn't want to leave Sagersville. So that's the impetus and one reason why we try to do the things we do, because we know a lot of people want to stay here. And it's a great place to be. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Very humble.
A couple of things I'd like to add real quickly to what Bernice was saying as far as the restaurants go, as Mom noted there. Yeah, they are the face of the restaurants more often than not, but they are a big part of it. You know, going back to when I was a kid, and they still do today, they were fighting for fair elections in McGoffin County a long, long time ago, something they still contend to do. Not necessarily picking a side, just wanting a fair election process here in McGoffin County. The employees at the restaurants, a representative of Dairy Queen, for example, was in town just a couple of months ago recognizing one of our employees who'd been working there 25 years. And it was then that it was realized that the process of the employees and how they're paid and everything at the stores kind of goes against the very grain of the Dairy Queen franchise in order to keep overtime down and wages low. You know, employees, for the most part, across the nation and other stores, well, they kind of come and go. But They have treated them very well. Many stay for many, many years. We have some there more than 20 years, approaching 20, and taking care of them and seeing if they're happy is what makes the entire thing work, and it's such a success for us here locally. As far as the downtown area, the buildings that they have bought, I can't say an investment because that would mean you're buying it to make money off of, and that never seems to be the case, but they do believe and have fought very long for the beautification of downtown Sayersville, as they continue to do. And in politics in general, they've long stood against nepotism and favoritism and all those isms that tend to plague our entire election process and political makeup here. And of course the donations both through the stores and on a personal basis, I believe they give quite freely of themselves and their time and their resources, and it was a very proud moment for myself, and I know that I get a lot of comments all the time that a lot of folks share the same sentiment, so very pleased to be able to bring you that report tonight. I'm not so happy about your forecast in closing. We've fared pretty well as far as the storm season is concerned. We've been on the outside looking in for a lot of it, not all of it, but for a lot of it, and that's been the case today. But during the course of the overnight, low pressure going north, a cold front swinging in, it's all going to give us a good shot of some severe showers and thunderstorms, let's say some strong showers and thunderstorms with a chance of some severe weather overnight, and definitely some cooler air beginning tomorrow.
There's a whole lot going on, just not necessarily in the viewing area. Radar images for the early show us high and dry. We topped out at 89 here at the newsroom. We're still in the upper 80s and holding, and it's all ahead of a big change that's going to come tonight. And we're still talking about a cold front behind all of this. We're going to start to see some showers ahead of it, but it's going to be later on in the evening as they continue to move southwest. From the southwest to the northeast. It's going to take a while to get here, but we're going to see the effects overnight. Significant winds, downpours possible. We have that, of course, tornado watch expiring at 8, a flash flood watch, which really isn't affecting us because even though it expires around 8 o'clock, I believe, as well for the flash flood watch, we haven't seen any precipitation as of yet. We'll get in on it. It's going to be during the overnight hours. I'm hoping the intensity of all this will sort of calm down. This is a significant cold front because it's really going to drop the hammer on temperatures, so keeping an eye on your weather during the overnight is indeed a must, but so far, so good. And there's what I mean with temperatures. We're looking at 64 tomorrow, a low of 43. Talk about a change-up. We'll see some more showers and thunderstorms quite likely tomorrow. They'll start to wane, gradually becoming partly cloudy by tomorrow night, that low of 43, rounding out the work week with barely in the 60s, 61 for the high, 40 for the low. Still 50% chance of some showers without the storms, I am glad to tell you, setting us up for a weekend where we'll have partly sunny skies, but still 62 on your Saturday, and mostly sunny and still 66 on your Sunday. We'll hit the 70-degree mark on Monday and then inch our way up from there. For now, that's my time. Thank you for being a part of it. We'll see you back here tomorrow night for more of Your News Today.